Okay. How about you guys just go off? Anyway, hello ladies and gentlemen, back here. Team Ellie like. Welcome back to another episode of Spyro Reignited Trilogy of Spyro the Dragon. The first one. In the last part, we literally dealt with 2 worlds in this place, and now we're gonna finish and deal with 2 other worlds. For some reason, the desert area has 1 ice cave area. I'm guessing they wanted to prepare you. I guess, I don't know. Like, I'm not 100% against it. I understand. Cave area, it's dark, it's cold. But still, it's not that cold to where it's ice, you know? Well, whatever. You need an obligatory ice level somewhere. And apparently it was going to be here, I guess. I have no idea whether or not Spyro is a warm-blooded or cold-blooded dragon. If he's a reptile dragon, then yeah, he's going to be cold-blooded because, whoo boy, is being in the cold a bad idea for usually cold-blooded animals? Ooh, man. Hey, look at this. Disco Moscow. It's for Disco. Seriously, what's with this guy just having like literally no shirt and just completely going bare-chested? You ain't in Russia. You ain't a Russian, man. You ain't Rasputin. And get out of here with your fucking snowballs. Oh yeah. Also, Jesus, look, he's flexing. Also, yeah, as you saw, that's the livestock in this area, as I like to call them. Because, like, you're able to torch them and eat off them. Livestock are all bats. For some reason, they fly towards you. I don't understand that. Like, they're the one creature in this entire, like, game that fly towards you. They make me think they're enemies, so I just torch them automatically. I'm thinking, like, oh, no, they're gonna kill me. And I'm like, oh, well, never mind.
Word of caution, little one. Wait until you grow big, like me, before charging those large enemies.
Then why don't you help me fight some of these enemies? Okay, well, goodbye, Mr. Warrior, Mr. Big Man Warrior type. Like, seriously, why is that none of these guys help me kill some of these guys? I could use some help. But no, they're too busy, or they have to disappear and do nothing. Like, I understand some of the dragons are a bit afraid of Nasty Nork, turning them back into gems, or stone, whatever you want to call it, crystal. But still, you could at least have an excuse for why you can't help me. Or at least make up an excuse to me. You can lie to me as long as you make up an excuse. Jeez. Like, look, these creatures are literally flying towards me. And it makes me think, oh no, they're creatures, they're gonna kill me or something. And it makes me kill them automatically, or makes me scared. It makes me just immediately go like, oh, and then I realize, oh no, they were bats. Dang it. Two-door? Spyro,
some big Norks up ahead are wearing armor. And in the ice cave, armor can make their feet very slippery.
See, look, this is the only person literally, this is the only person that gives me information before I know it. Like, this is the only time I could have avoided him and done it, and then just, you know, gotten the information here, and then been like, oh, thanks for the information a little too late. No, for once, it's information that I can get early, and that makes sense. Like, seriously, I'm just saying, like, all the other times for this type of stuff where it's, like, information given to me, it's sometimes where it's like, oh, it doesn't make sense why they give it to me later. But yeah, that's what you do, really. That's all you really do, honestly, against those guys. You have to charge into them and then just make them slip. I think just charging into them regularly causes them to slip, so you don't need to flame them like I did. I just did it because I wanted to. Just like that, I wanted to jump into that guy's face and just flame him in the face. I don't know, it's somewhat satisfying to do this type of stuff. At least to me it is. Hold up. Thank you. Just wanted to flame that one guy in particular. Man, there's multiple places to go. I gotta get a map.
Thank you for releasing me.
And that's it. Again, I'm not against like the whole dragons just saying thank you for releasing me and then disappearing. And some of them actually have different designs. I'm okay with that, as long as they look different. But it's a bit weird here and there, depending on how you look at it. I don't know. I think it's fine. Okay, checking every nook and cranny, just in case. I don't want to forget anything. But I do want to go over here and get the extra loot that was over this way. That was over yonder. A monkey. Oh no, over yonder. Over yonder, a monkey. Yes, I know. I immediately like knew what was happening as soon as I flew the other way. I was thinking like, okay, end jump, and then I realized I'm going the wrong way, and then I decided, nah, I'm just gonna die. Like there was no way I was gonna be able to save that. So I thought, might as well just die. Well, I might as well just die. But I knew there was gonna be something special over here, at least worth my time. Either a yellow gem or a key was what I was gonna get, and thankfully I was right on either case. Oh, okay, I don't want to die there. Okay, die here just by accident. Jesus, I'm just glad this particular ice level doesn't have ice physics to it, to where literally I could slip and fall into my doom somewhere. At least it has that as a bonus, or at least it has that as the one positive of this level. Jump on, you frickin' dragon. I will say, I wish there was somewhat of a, like a little bit of an animation of anytime you breathe fire on the snow or ice, it slightly melts off. It doesn't actually melt off, it just like slightly, like showcases like a spot where it's like a little bit watery and then it refreezes as if like, you know, like it's so cold as soon as you turn it into water, it refreezes over. Like that'd be cool to see. I think those give you, I think it does give you points automatically for killing the guys, because there's no way you're going to be able to get the gems from where they fall. I think. I could be wrong in that statement. I don't know, I saw numbers there, so I thought, oh, it just gave me the coin numbers, because, well, duh, if it didn't, it'd be kind of a dick move if it didn't give me coins, right? Oh, for God's sakes! Christ's sakes! I hate when this happens. Like, literally, I hate when it happens. It was so freaking close. At least it count those, but... yeah, I was gonna actually do this. Like, I was gonna go back for these coins and then be on my way. I was gonna be like, okay, let me go the other way because, well, I forgot to do this. Well, I didn't forget to do that. I just forgot to literally go and hit those poles and get my gems. I'm sorry, I'm just a little bit upset at myself for that stupid display. It's like, I hate myself so much for that. Because it was such an easy flight, and then I'm dying like literally so quickly here and there. Okay, Asher? Asher? I don't know.
Thanks for freeing me, Spyro. And now, where was I?
Where were you for what? Seriously. Like, there's adding dialogue and then there's just making something confusing. And for me, that was confusing. Anyway, but whatever, let's go back into the cave again, this time with less stupid from my end. Like, this is the weird thing. For some reason, some enemies do respawn as soon as you die, some don't. I understand it's like, you need to have saved beforehand, but it's at the same time, it's like, it could have made sense when these guys respawn, right? Or certain case, you know, case in points here and there. But no, for some reason they just respawn sometimes they don't. Now, screw you guys, I'm going in. Whoa! No, no. I really wish it was simple enough to where you just breathe fire on the poles and they drop your gems. The gems that you need. But for some reason they don't. I don't get it. Have a good day. So yeah, they do drop gems and they give it to you automatically. Okay. I was thinking like they had to do that, right? Or it wouldn't be fair. Okay, can you... Okay, okay, good. I was like wondering. Ragnar, the Blood Edge.
You've done well, Spyro. Some dragons thought you weren't ready, but I knew they were wrong.
I'm ready, all right. Ready for what?
Well, thanks for telling me. It's you were thanks for telling me nothing, pal. But I know what they were gonna say. Like the guy was gonna say was that he was ready. Ready for what exactly? Oh, you know, ready for nothing. No, but he was gonna be ready for a reboot. That's what he was gonna do. That's what he was ready for. Oh God, so many reboots. It's like I do want to mention, like I did play Spyro. What was it? Spyro. One of the Spyro Legend series games, like you know, Spyro the Dragon Legend or something like that. It's called the Legend series because it says Spyro the Dragon Legend or something like that. And the Legend series just has Spyro as a beat-em-up character doing stuff like that. Kind of like they did with Crash Bandicoot, actually, weirdly enough. Like, seriously, him and Crash have had a lot of coincidental things that have happened to them. Like, that have happened a lot to them. For example... Okay, how do I get up there? For example... Spyro had 3 games made about him, and then later on he was dropped by his developers. I think it was Insomniac. I think, right? I think Insomniac. Yeah, Insomniac made Spyro the Dragon, and then they just dropped him for some reason. I understand it's like, we kind of want to move on, but we kind of just dropped our licensing to him. Maybe they had a limited term with him. I don't know. All I do know is that for some reason, they didn't do anything else with him a little bit later on, and then the same thing happened with Crash, but it was a little bit more understandable. You see, with Crash, he only had a limited run of his series because, well, the people who made him, Sucker Punch, not Sucker Punch, it was Naughty Dog. They had a limited contract with using Crash, so... They literally had to, only make a couple of games with him. So, you know, it was like, oh, you know, we could, like, continue the series, but it's only if our contract continues going or not. Like, it's up to the contract. We can't really do anything if we aren't allowed to make the games anymore. So, sorry, guys, we can't make this game anymore. It's like, it's a little bit of a bummer, but that's a little bit more understandable. I'm not sure what the deal with Spyro was, honestly. I don't know. If someone could explain that to me, then I'd be grateful, because I never understood that. But anyway, after Spyro and Crash had a trilogy of games to themselves, and that after their developers just up and left, I guess. I'm not sure for Insomniac. They just didn't do anything for them for a long time. Until, like, for both of them, they were somewhat pushed on to other developers, somewhat... for their 4th games, although for Crash he did get a racing game out of it with his developers, but that's a different story altogether. But after Spyro and Crash got onto the next gen of consoles, you know, PlayStation 2 and onward, they had other games developed by different people, and then, hoo boy, how do I put this? Well, I know, like, Spyro got different developers at some point, but what happened next was kind of bad but interesting. What happened was that after Spyro went, not third party, just immediately no longer had anyone protecting him under their belt, he kind of just disappeared off the map for a bit. Like, quite literally. I'm not sure what else to say for it than just that. Whew. So what happened with Spyro is that, and Crash for this instance is that once they got into the second generation game, they both had a game that appeared on that systems. Well, except for someone. That was kind of bad at first. For example, Wrath of Cortex and, of course, Spyro Dragon! Or Year of the Dragonfly, I think it was called. Spyro Year of the Dragonfly and Crash Wrath of Cortex. Wrath of Cortex and Spyro Year of the Dragonfly were not good games and not good games received. Look, I think Wrath of Cortex is playable and, you know, fun at times, but only in certain levels and not for very long in certain parts. It's not a bad game, it's just that it doesn't have a lot of good levels to it and it tried too much in different places. But aside from that, it's not as great as it used to be. Or it's not as great as some people would think it is. So, keep that in mind, I guess. But, for Spyro the Dargan, well, thanks for that, I guess. Like, seriously, whoa, Jesus, three lives. Thank God, because I was starting to lose some of them. Anyway, after Spyro the Dragon, though, Spyro Year of the Dragon and, Wrath of Cortex, okay, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, Wrath of Cortex wasn't too bad, but it wasn't that great of a game either. But then we talk about Year of the Dragonfly, and oh god. That game was both glitchy and bad at the same time. Even when you could smooth it out and play the game normally, not with too much glitches and stuff here and there, the game really doesn't play too well, / doesn't have anything to it too much. It's not that fun, it's kind of a bit aggravating here and there, depending on who you ask. So, it's more of like, whether or not the game was fun in the first place, it's kind of a bit difficult to say it was in any regards. So, I don't know. I think the game itself is kind of a bit broken and unplayable at times. It's not terrible, but it's not fun. It's always hard to sell that game off for itself. It's like, it's kind of hard for me to say, oh, that game was fun. No, it really wasn't. Wrath of Cortex can be fun at times, but even then it's kind of a bit, you know, it's depending on the person and how much patience they have, whether or not it is fun or not. And then we have things like, what was it? The other games that really don't do well too much. Okay. Oh! Ooh, I almost fell off. Okay. Okay, there's got to be a way to get to that, and I'll be back in a second. I got to figure this out. I do not want to hear it from anyone. I don't want to hear it. I know I should have looked better, but from any angle, other angle, it looks like just ice on the sides, and whatever. You know, I don't have anyone else to blame myself for that one. So yeah, it was really easy to figure out how to get to here, but I sacrificed 1 or 2 lives here and there just to get it, so not my proudest moment. Not my proudest moment. But hell, I don't care. I don't got any self-respect for myself. Whatever. Okay, thank God. I was gonna think like, oh God, it better not tell me that I missed something. Oh Christ. Okay, good. I could made it in one flight too. I was very worried there for a second. I was thinking like, oh no, I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna make it. And then I thought, oh, I made it. Ooh, okay. Now let's get out of this ice hell trap. Okay, it wasn't that bad of a level. It's just I'm stupid. Like, it's usually like the type of thing where it's like, oh, I'm thinking about it way too much, or I'm being too stupid and I'm not doing it right. Man, it's really like nerve-wracking sometimes. And somewhat idiotic on my end just to not do it correctly. But whatever, and oh shit. Okay, hopefully no one saw that. You might have noticed if you looked at your screen, looked at your screen enough. But whatever. I'm not gonna fight over this. This is not my department. This is my monologue. Okay, let's do Dr. Shemp, shall we? Let's just get straight into it. This is the quote-unquote boss level of this Peacekeeper world. And you may be wondering, what is Dr. Shemp exactly? Is he a doctor of sorts, like a mad doctor, like a scientific doctor? No, he's a witch doctor. And I'm being serious. He's literally like a witch doctor sort of thing. Which I guess fits into the whole Cowboys-themed world. Or Western world that they were going with here. Or desert world. I don't know. Like, they call it the Peacekeeper world, which is you know, basically like a warrior-esque world. And yet they have things like, you know, banditos, those soldier guys for some reason that look like colonial / British soldiers. I don't know what you want to call them. Like old-timey soldiers. That's pretty cool, honestly, the Eclipse thing. Still doesn't hide the fact this is Skybox, but it's still pretty cool. But other things like, they had other worlds like, I don't know. Like, I don't count the Speedway as a world because it's just something there. So let's see. They had the Desert Home world where we just were in. They had a ice cave. They had 2 desert worlds with, like I said before, different types of like enemies, banditos, buzzards, people using buzzards as hammers, and smaller little things here and there. But it's like, and they even have witch doctors here, which I'm assuming are kind of like, you know, Native American witch doctors. I was almost gonna say Indian, but no, it's Native Americans. So Native American witch doctors, and even though that doesn't make sense because, look, I know it's like it's a bit offensive here and there, but still, you get my point. They're supposed to be witch doctors of sorts, so you know there's that issue here. So there's something there at least, but yeah. But yeah, other than that, I don't understand completely why they just went with an ice world in this level for some reason. It's like, it wouldn't make sense if the ice world was in a different world, don't you think? But no, that's not the case. It's somewhere else. Keep lining them up and I'll bring them down, mama. You fat sacker. Haha, I knew there was some gems here. I'm being thorough now. I'm being very thorough now. Now I won't miss anything. I say as I miss gems. I hate when that happens. Oh! Yeah! Suck it. Suck it, coordination. I triumph over you this time. Whew, I hate doing that to myself where I nearly miss and then I get cocky. I almost feel like I'm gonna fail automatically. Okay, is this Mr. Shemp? Tornado? Mr.
Shemp thinks he's so cool. You don't know what it's been like listening to him over and over. But I tell you one thing, he should watch his back.
Thanks for the hint. And you're pretty badass too, dude. Not as badass as the dude with the eye patch, but still pretty badass. But yeah, that's Dr. Shem for you. You have to hit him in the butt. And that's it, really. Basically, he's the same thing you do with, what's it called? With Toasty, the sheep. You just have to go about hitting him from behind or hitting him 3 times and then he'll just die. What? No! No! Okay, I call bullshit on that. I call major bullshit on that. Come on, I flamed the girl and I should have stopped. Why the f did I not stop? Okay, for Pete's sakes. Okay. Now that that's done, let's go back and deal with Dr. Shemp. Oh, right, I can't make it from here. Fuck. Okay, anyway. Like, I'm trying not to get myself angry because Dr. Shemp is not that hard to defeat. Neither was Toasty, but I died to him because I was being stupid. And the same thing applies to Dr. Shemp. He's a little bit easier to deal with than... He was a little bit easier to deal with than... what do you call it? Toasty, but eh. Also, you may have noticed Dr. Shemp for some reason has sunglasses. I don't know. It's like they're trying to go with his voodoo or his supposedly witch doctor-esque aesthetic. But for some reason, they decided to give him sunglasses. Like, look, you can see them, right? Like, I understand it's an eclipse and all that, but wouldn't it make sense if he was blind? So that way at least he knows that he's not wearing armor behind his back. Okay, there we go. I was thinking, like, how am I supposed to do this? I have to wait for him to turn around. Not at a certain point, just have to wait for him to literally turn around and try to hit me. I hate when that happens. Okay, come on, come on. Yeah, whatever. Now die. Jesus Christ. Okay, at least that dealt with Dr. Shemp. He should not be that difficult. None of the bosses in Spyro 3 are all that difficult, but they aren't bad. Keep telling people this, just in case if, you know, people are curious. And 100%? Yeah, 100%. Real quick, I want to check Dr. Shemp. Perfect Dr. Shemp. Yeah, I didn't do that. I did not do that. So I'll do that later when I have the time to do it. But he's like, I got that skill point without even trying the last time I did this. So yeah, Dr. Shemp really wasn't that difficult of a boss. It's just I made it. But let's actually continue. Who? Me. Who do you think? From me. From me, Max. Who do you think? Anyway, I'm sorry, but sorry. A dude was like, a YouTuber, where I'm on a YouTuber's Discord, and he says like, huh, I wonder who the person who just said like, oh, I want to see this person do an LP of it, and then all of a sudden the person that owns the Discord goes like, from who? And then it's like, I'm thinking like from me, from the person playing the game, man. No, they wanted from you, the person who's owning the Discord. Like I'm pretty sure I might have shared that I do YouTube videos too, but none of those guys are subscribed to me. At least not some of them aren't. So it's like, dude, who do you think they're talking about when they ask, oh, maybe it'd be cool to see you do a playthrough? But anyway, that was Dr. Shemp, and that's it for the Peacekeeper world. In the next part, we'll go to the next world. I think it's the Dreamweaver's world. I think, maybe, I don't know. But I'll see you all until then. And I'll see you all for the next episode of, or video of Spyro the Dragon on the Reignited Trilogy. I'll see you all next time in the next video. Until then, sayonara, my butts. Or, until then, take care, my butts. Sayonara. I gotta get used to that.